True North Shenanigans, party time, excellence. Yeah.
We are True North Shenanigans. Today we're doing some ice fishing. We appreciate all the love from our last video, the hot sauce video. Appreciate all the comments, likes, subscribes, everything. It's very gratefully appreciated.
Man, it's cold out here. Do you want to hold my line? I'm gonna go warm up.
Yeah, sure, man. No worries. No problem at all. Oh crap! Okay, guys, 2 seconds here. We got a fish. Ah, crap! I lost it. That sucks. Let's go back and check them both. Oh, there's one on this one now. Oh, all right. Ah, damn it! This sucks! I'm freaking done!
Hey, wait. What happened here? What happened?
Well, the line's, it's kind of hard to do with the way we have it, you know? Not great. Well, it's not easy.
Oh, freak. They're all full of snow now. Man, having long lines for this really sucks. There's got to be a better way.
Well, isn't there a better way?
Well, there's the ice fishing lines. You want to go buy some?
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Let's go.
All right.
$40, $35, $50. You know what? I bet I can build 3 of them for $25. Fishing line. Notification bells. One 2x2. Small round 2-bolt screw eye is what they call them. It's a little short, but you're going to need 3-inch badoing-a-doings. Alright, so first of all, here you're going to need 3 wing nuts. You want to do 5/16. That's about the size of the spool in the middle of the reels. So that's going to be perfect for fishing line. Move on. Next we're going to need 3 bolts because we're making 3 lines. If you're making just one, grab one. So these are 4-inch long. We're going to be putting 2 2x2s on there, which are really 1 3/4 inch thick each. So that's going to come about 3.5 inch, and then we're putting the nut at the end. So you're going to need 3 of these. And last but not least, you're going to need 12 5/16 washers. One, the logic is here, one on each side of the spool like this. Then there's going to be 1 piece of wood. Then you're going to put another one in between. Then there's going to be the other piece of wood. Then your wing nut's here. So then you're going to want to put another one here. So that's 4 per rod. So if you're building 1 rod by 4, in our case we're building 3 because that's about how much you can make out of a 2x2. That's why you're going to want to get one of these little dowel pins there. Well, they're made for making dowels. We're going to make a fishing line with it. You're going to need a 1/4 inch. So these come in 4 footers. Do about 15 inch per line. So you'll have just to say enough with one, and only $1.79 each. So first of all, I did make the first line off camera. I hadn't made these in 7-8 years, so just to refresh my mind on the measurements. So we're going to go ahead and make that second line. So step 1, safety glasses. Step 2, so you're going to take that 2x2 that you bought, and you're going to cut 18 inches. So what that's going to be the stem of your fishing line. So the part that holds it to the surface of the ice and that holds the whole line. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect because it's just a fishing line, so just rough measurements there, but you want to get still as close as to what the measurements are. Alright, so that's step 1. Step 2, you're going to cut another one 5 inches. So just a little block. This is what's going to hold the pivot, and it's going to hold the, I don't know all the parts of the fishing line there, but you'll see what I mean in a second. Alright, so that's done. I'm just going with makeshift tools here, quick stuff that I grabbed. So then you're going to place this kind of stacked like this. You want it as flush to the end as possible. Then if you got a C-clamp, use that. Or if you're like me and you only have a big woodwork clamp handy right now, just place your block towards the end there. Just clamp that like that. Then you're going to drill a hole. So it block's 5 inches, so 2.5 inches. Make a little mark. So roughly there. So then just drill a little pilot hole. We'll work our way up to 5/16. I start with a 1/4 inch. I just drill that through. All right. We all the way through? Oh, I'll just clean up the burrs on that one. There we go. All right, once that's done, we'll bring up that hole to 5/16, which is the size of our bolt that we bought. Now, I did make a mistake when I was at the store. I said to buy 4 washers. You only need 3. And the reason you only need 3 is that we're going to set this up with a recessed bolt for 2 reasons. One, when you're packing up your lines, you don't want your lines getting caught on all kinds of edges on there. And number 2, when you're ice fishing, you'll be cold, and when you're tightening that wing nut, the last thing you want is the bolt to be spinning on the other side and then having to take off your mitts to tighten that up. So what we're going to do here, you're going to grab that bolt, and whichever bolt you bought, you're going to try to find a drill bit that's the size of the width of the head of the bolt. See, just like that. You want this side to be a bit wider, but this is the same. So what you're going to do with that, this side is the side your spool's going to be on. So on this side, you're just going to drill that about the depth of the head of the bolt. So maybe a 1/4 inch. Quarter inch, 1/2 inch, it's fine, as long you don't want to go more than you know, a 1/4 way through your 2x2 there. So here's what we're gonna do. So now you're gonna grab that bolt, gonna put that through this side, and see how that bolt doesn't want to press in that pre-drilled hole I made, because it's just a tad smaller. So before I forget, we put a washer in between these two. No washer at the end, just the bolt. So it might be a little tight to force that through there, but you get the idea. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna put the other 2 washers on the bolt. Then you're gonna put your wing nut. See, as I'm tightening, look at the bolt on top. And I'm not even forcing here. Now I am. But see what that did? Now your lines aren't going to get caught on there, and that's not going to ding everything up and break your hooks and whatnot. So once that's done, I'm going to take this apart. So the next step, what you're going to do, and will go better, you take this block right off, leave that bolt and washer in the other one. Now this hole's right in the middle of the block, so it doesn't matter which side. We're going to go on the top here. So next you're going to take your 3-inch bedoing. By the way, when I said that, I was referring to those door stops. The reason I call them that is, you know how they go. Or, you know, it doesn't do in my head. Anyway, take the white cap or whatever color cap off these. So it'll be like that. Then you unscrew the bottom like this here. And careful, there'll be a screw in there. You're going to need that screw. So here, just place that roughly in the middle of the top of that 2-inch block like this. Put that screw in the middle. don't want to put it too tight to cave in the cap there, but tight enough because that's what's going to hold your fish. Once that's in, take this this doorstop coil and you just screw that back in there. It just goes in the hole there and you just twist, and it probably goes around a turn and a half, 2 turns. Yeah, 2 turns, let's say. Okay, so that's like that. Now step 3, what you're going to do, you're going to put this block back on this screw here. Okay, now this is going to be the part that's going to vary from line to line depending how you're making them and what measurements you're following. Now what you're going to do, you're going to measure at the end of the coil to the end of the line when it's closed. That comes out to 10 1/4 inch for me based on this line, so we'll go 10 inches. That one cut easy. So once that's in, you're going to take an X-Acto knife. See, so just like that, you want to take maybe 3/4 of an inch off the end there. But see how I'm doing it? You want to keep turning it as you're doing it so you don't end up with having a flat spot. So you just keep going around and around. Be careful not to cut yourself when you're doing this. You know how those X-Acto knives can be. So what you do, you grab your line like this. You want to try to put that in that coil. See? It doesn't quite fit yet, so you need to carve a bit more off. And you want it a very, very, you know, snuggish fit. So just like that. And when you force it in there, just try to twist a bit at the same time to, you know, to have the snuggest fit as possible. See, so kind of what that does. So that's perfect for fishing, you know. And then when the line's set and you just want to jig a few times every now and then, you just, you know, it's a really good setup. All right, so next step, you're gonna grab your reel. So we're using the Suffix Ice Magic line. Usually if you're fishing for pickerel and pike, the magic number usually is about an 8-pound test line. So we bought this one, and if you're fishing for trout, you're especially going to want a clear line. So we chose a clear line 8-pound test, so it's kind of the best all around for ice fishing. So now remember, this side no washer, washer in between here. Here you're going to put another washer, so that's your second washer right on the outside of that bolt. Then you're going to take your fishing reel, and you're going to, there's a sticker there, but you'll have to punch that right through. So you just kind of put it there and force that through. Or if it doesn't work, you just put your screwdriver on it like that. There we go. So now I'll be able to force that through. Then you put another washer on the other side. This will allow your reel to spin, you know, even when the pin's tight. And then you put your wing nut on the end. You should have enough just to have like maybe 1/4 inch of thread, which is all you need. So see the idea? So when you store your line now, this is going to be like this, see? So you're not hooking on anything. This is not going to get caught because it's right recessed like this. And then when you set up your line, you just unscrew this. You raise that, you plant that in the slush there that you take out of the hole from your ice fishing. Plant that in there. You set that to, you know, whichever angle you like. I usually like about like that. That way when you get a fish, it'll go down and then it's obvious, right? So you just screw that on there. You set your line, and then, you know, depending how tight you put it, your reel's still free to move. So then the last step on this, you're going to want to take these little these little U-hooks. And you're going to want to put one right here. And this you can just kind of force with your fingers and twist, and it'll start screwing in by itself there. So you just put that one of those right here. That's going to hold the line at the reel so you don't get all tangled. Then you're going to grab another one. You're going to put one at the end of your line, right? So you want to try to get on the underneath side, maybe about 1/2 inch from the end. This one's a little tricky because it's a it's a little dowel pin. So if you force it in, you'll be able to just screw it in by hand. Some people want to do a little pilot hole. Again, the screw is so small, I'm not worried about splitting. And you don't want to force them. Make sure they're screwed in perpendicular to the line. So you want to make sure that when it's screwed, see how it's facing this way? That way your line can go through that. This one here is perpendicular as well, so that your line can go through here. Then we're just going to add another one here, but this one's going to be a bit tricky. This one you want to go maybe about 1/2 inch away from where the coil ends. Maybe even 3/4 of an inch. It seems like a comfortable spot. So once you get your line undone here, I don't know if you can see this line here. There. So you fish that through this hole, okay? Now this little eyelet, because here's the tricky part. Because the line's coming from this side, right? So the way these little eyelets are made, I'll show you in this one. See how one side there's a little gap there where the ring doesn't fully hit? Well, the line's going to pass through that. And you don't want that to happen. So this one, you want to twist it in a way that that little hole, that little gap is going to be on the opposite side of your reel. That way your line's never going to get out of there. And the last step of this line, last step. You're going to grab one last one of these little eyelets here. And you're going to put one right under here. And then when you're not using the line, that's where you're going to hook your hook. When you're done, basically, then you just hook that on this hook. And then you can, store your line like so. And there you go. You got a perfect compact fishing rod. All right, guys, let's go to the lake.
Okay guys, we are back on the lake with Jason's new fishing rods after we did all that work. Oh. Might want to wait 2 seconds.
And someone just jumped out of a side-by-side.
It is freaking cold out here. Oh. It's to the point there that we're freezing in places that we shouldn't be freezing in. Like, subscribe, comment on our video. We'd love it if you did. We really appreciate all the views we can get.
Yeah, let us know if you've been ice fishing, and if it's something you want to try. Make these rods. They're really easy to make, very cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you just set these up like this. Make a little pile of snow to hold them, and you put your line in, and it's good to go. So these notification bells I bought, put one on the end of this one. So we're going to use that because I am about to go warm up. You good to take care of this?
Yeah, I'll watch the rods for sure.
All right, I'll go warm up.
Hey, check it out, we got a fish.
Oh, we missed it. But hey, at least I was ready this time. This is a lot better than the other rods. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have our Instagram in the link below. So feel free to click on that and add us on there. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Shenanigans, party time, excellence.
Yeah.